Check one. Microphone check 1, 2. Can I get a oh yeah? Oh yeah? What's up guys? I'm Nick and this is Build That Build, a place where we believe your word is your bond and that bond should be oak, unless we're talking about women. And then
bro code, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, a lot of you guys have sent me pictures or video of this kind of finish done on oak. So we're gonna try to replicate that today. Basically, you take a piece of oak with good grain patterning in it.
Like, huh?
You take a wire brush or the Nylox brushes that you can put on your drill, or if you have a restorer, use a restorer. Shout out to Restorer, this thing is awesome.
Thank you, my dude.
This, you're gonna run it over it. What it's gonna do is it's gonna kind of scrape out the soft cellulose material in the oak. It's gonna leave the hard, and it will give us a good texture. So we're gonna try to recreate that today. But my question is, if I take a torch to the soft cellulose material first, and then scrape it with the restorer, will I get a better texture than if I don't?
Da, da, da.
We're gonna experiment with that, and we're also gonna experiment with some different colors on the boards. Everything I've seen has been pretty much black and white, and let's just see what kind of results we get. Aight? One last thing. These suggestions came to me via my Discord channel. We do a lot of discussions there, so you might wanna check it out. Head on over to the Discord channel if you get a chance and say hello. I'll buy you a drink, send you a meme. That's what the cool kids are doing, right?
Sending memes. Did someone say?
Okay, first experiment. Not exactly the results I expected. There's definitely texture on both of them. I don't know how well you can see that in the light. You can feel a difference in the two. But man, with the torch, so much more texture. I mean, you can probably see that in the light. Look at that. Now, the reason that I'm at a bit of an impasse here is because a lot of the things I saw, they laid down black first and then went over with another color. The problem is if I do that on here, wait a second, I have an idea. If I just go with like one stain on here and come back and knock it off with the steel wool, I think I'll bring these blacks back out. So then we just totally skip a step by doing that. I realize that it's probably still the same amount of steps, okay, whoever's out there with the numbers and the counting. But with this one, I would have to paint it, let it dry, and then apply a second coat, which is gonna take longer. Versus if I just do this with one stain and I just have to wait until it dries and knock it off, less time. And less time is less money. Wait, that's not right. Less time is more money.
More money, more money, more money.
Don't be nasty. All right guys, now it's time for
The results.
Before we get to the results, I just want to say that I had some issues with some varathane polyurethane finish. I had like a quarter of a can that was left in the garage when it froze here in Houston and all the power went off and stuff like that. And I think that may have affected it. So I have some muddied results with just the unicorn spit and burn technique. We'll have to revisit that at a later date. I'll show you those results real quick, but we still have the results of the oak that was burnt versus not burnt prior to brushing. So we'll take a look at those as well. We've got your white over char. That one probably turned out the best of just the char with the unicorn spit on them. Next we have the metallic turquoise, which just with that texture in there, it looks pretty good. That one doesn't look too bad. And then we get to the blue and the red, and this is where I think I had an issue, because if you look at these, they're both really kind of muddy. You can still see the texture in them, but the color's just not quite there. And I really think that was the end of the can right there. Now here's an interesting one. This is burnt, brushed, and then just finished with oil. And I think that looks pretty cool. All right, next I'm gonna show you a side-by-side of the boards that were burnt versus weren't burnt. They were brushed, unicorn spit, and then finished with a clear lacquer. So I went out and picked up some clear lacquer for these guys. This is the board that was just brushed, okay? And that looks pretty good. But then look at how much deeper this one that was burnt first looks. Look how much deeper and how much more detail you can see in the one that was burnt first. Next we have red. The red had a little mishap on it. I'm not sure exactly what that was. I think some water got on it, but you can still see the detail on the edges. It looks pretty good until you put it next to the red that was burnt. And just look at how that red pops against that black. And last we have the white that was just brushed, and we have that versus the white that was burnt, then brushed and finished. So guys, you probably saw me do a couple other colors in there. The results were just not very good, so I figured we'd just go with the highlights and the colors that kind of really work themselves out. So do me a favor and comment down below which one you like the best. Do you like the ones that are burnt first, or do you like the ones that are just brushed? Do you like that extra texture in there, or do you think the treatment's fine without the burn first? All right guys, that's it for this video. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 where I just burn and do the unicorn spit and don't paint it black first. And thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Not you. You, and you. And a special thanks, as always, goes to my Patreon members, especially Nick the Greek, Stephen Mann, Easy E, Derek Coates, Caveman Ross, Chuck Faulkner, Puffy Muffins, Chaz Thompson, and Mike Penrod. Cheers to the Boilermakers.
Chin chin.
Alright guys, if you like this video, smash that like button in the face! And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, do me a favor, and until next time, thanks for playing. Now I gotta get to work. What's up guys, I'm Nick, and this is Build Dad Build, a place where we believe, we believe that your word is your bond, and therefore your word, we believe that therefore your word should be oak. That sounds so stupid.